Hi, welcome to Baby Witch. This is going to be your monthly reading for Aquarius. So, what do we have? Whew, Aquarius. So, we have the Two of Cups, Devil upside down, and the Magician. Seems like you're making some connections in life, and they're no longer toxic, Aquarius. They're no longer toxic. That's good. That's really good. So first things first, I'm the realist. Igazal. We have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups talks about connections in our life that are by divine intervention. So a lot of people has heard the term twin flame, which is not the most positive thing. And then there's also the soulmate thing. It seems like now we're actually encountering this soulmates in our life, this twin flames in our life. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to meet the love of your life, or this doesn't only mean that you're going to meet the love of your life. This means that you're going to, the people that are starting to come into your life are now based in a relationship. These cards love to talk. They just like, pull more. I'm like, no, relax. So the relationships that we're creating now are like, it's a mix of both. It's not the relationships that we're creating that are freeing us from toxicity and from toxic habits, addictions, and addictive behaviors and compulsive behaviors or toxic behaviors. Is our new vibration that is attracting a new tribe. Okay, we can do anything we want with this. So it could either be, like I said, the people coming into our lives that is helping us change the vibration, because now we're attracting that, we're attracting healing, we're attracting better, or is the fact that we are making those better decisions not to be so codependent, so toxic. Like we are outgrowing a number of people, but then more people are coming in, you know? So if you feel, it isn't, the cards are not telling you so much that you're like, oh my God, I don't talk to this person anymore. That you're more like, oh my God, I'm making these beautiful connections. Also, the connections that you already have, there is a possibility as well that those people are growing with you. You know, how much of it is, oh, I want to believe this person is growing with me, or this person is actually growing with me, you know? So there's that as well, Aquarius. Because remember, this is a general reading, so it's going to work differently for everybody. Depends where you are in your path and your journey. So what do we have after that? We have the Magician. The Magician is like, life is straight up. Look how beautiful these cards are. And the Magician card is like, we're giving you all the tools necessary in your life to start making those changes. Like, because right after that, we have the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is like, the King of Swords is someone who leads. Going back to the Magician card, which is the card that is giving you all of the tools necessary to accomplish your dreams. Now we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is someone very detached from their emotions. And even though a lot of the times this is not something we want to do because we'll be lacking compassion, we'll be lacking understanding, it's something that is needed right now. Maybe in the past you were so over emotional when it came down to certain situations, especially with your one-on-one relationships, right? Because we're not all perfect ideal Libra, so we know exactly how to deal with relationships. Now, that's an ideal Libra. I'm not saying that all Libras know how to do that. They all want it, because it's in their instinct to want that, but it doesn't mean that they know how to. So bottom line, we go back to those relationships in your life. We're not toxic anymore, freeing ourselves from addiction and all these kind of things. Life saying, okay, we're gonna hand you all the tools that you need because you work for them. This is not something we're handing you for free. This is something we believe you work for. So then you're like, okay, so I can now make better decisions because I have the intellect to do so. Now, if there is a point of this month, between the 15th of this month and the 15th of January, where you feel that there is certain money decisions that you cannot make for yourself because you're not fully aware of how taxes work, of how bank savings accounts work, how cryptocurrency work, how any of those things work, it is due to pay your fees to somebody else to do it for you. This person has to, because there's a strong need this month, Aquarius, to really detach ourselves from our emotions and to make decisions based in rationality. Okay, so this is where you can get it fucked up. Okay? So what do we have after that? Allowing ourselves and saying we get to make these decisions without all of these emotions in front of us. Now, we've already gotten rid of a lot of toxicity in our lives. We clear the path of toxic emotions, toxic behaviors that engage with toxic thoughts and emotions and patterns. We have more of a clear head. We're able to be more rational. It's almost like, okay, you stop smoking weed, right? I'll give you something super simple. You stop smoking weed, or you stop talking to those people that are always gossiping about other people, or you simply cut off someone in your life and made boundaries with someone who you didn't really like around you. You might have work around them, but now you just feel like you don't have to get personal with them. So that's a toxic trait, because you're not willing to be uncomfortable in a toxic situation with someone you don't like, when you can just be polite with them, you know? So it's all those kind of things. Or you stop eating so much, or you stop gambling, you stop having sex so much. It involves all of that. Or you were in a really toxic relationship with someone who abused you and you finally saw yourself out of it. So by allowing ourselves to do that, we start making more rational decisions. We start getting what we want because we start using our head, not so much our heart. This is a must this week, this month. This month for you, Aquarius, this is a must. I don't know, according to your sign, whether you're good at that or not, but you like to know facts. I know that for sure about Aquarius. You like to know shit, because that's your keyword, know. So use that knowledge, okay? Once the moon comes in upside down, it's like you start really diving into the dark spits of all of it and seeing the light and the other side. Meaning that even at the point that you started freeing yourself from all of this toxicity, you can still see yourself a little submerged, and that's where you're given the tools to get out of it. And then we have the moon upside down, and the moon upside down is you made it out to the clear. There's someone in our lives that we couldn't so much get rid of. They get a bit of a God complex around us, but we must let them be taken care of by the universe. This is something where they start realizing that they're taking upon too much responsibility, trying to take charge of your personality, of your personal affairs. It's almost like life is like, you don't have to handle this, we'll handle it for you. So there's someone coming in and trying to take, advantage of this, with this, oh, I'm better than you, I can manage shit around here, you're gonna listen to me. And it's like, no. They themselves start realizing that they're putting a lot on their plate by doing this. And if this is the case for you, Aquarius, then you need to realize that once you made it out of this hole, once you made it out of this kind of this addictive behavior, this addictions, this toxic relationships, once you're burning all those bridges that you don't need out of your life, right? You come out because you're using the tools that you're being given by your healing, by your therapist, by yourself, by the tarot, whatever it is. And all of a sudden you're like, this is too much. So what is too much? What is too much? What is too much for me right now? The fact that I don't want to deal with all these people and I'm still dealing with some of them? Or the fact that I am actually taking charge of my healing and taking charge of my actions towards a better life, and I'm getting scattered all over the place? And maybe I even get to feel like, oh, I have everything. You get this, what is it called when you go on what is the word? When you feel invincible because of how much change you're making. So there's a little bit of everything. See, take that as a resonance, honestly. But at the end of the day, we still have a 10 of Cups. And honestly, a 10 of Cups is a happy family, a happy home. This is towards the end of the month. We make the right decision. Now, this right decision is being made on the set of values that you're setting yourself up for right now. Because if anything changes, you can make a change at any point, Aquarius. At any point, you can be like, fuck this new relationships. I miss the old me. I'm about that trap life. I'm gonna go back to that. You start smoking a little crack again. Next thing you know, you live under a bridge. You start hooking up with that motherfucker that only calls at 2 in the morning. Next thing you know, you're crying again because she don't want you. Her girlfriend calling you, talking about why you fucking my man. You start gossiping about people. You start not eating well. Like, all of those things can affect your life. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be crack under a bridge, but for some of us, it is. For some of us, that is what doing bad looks like. For some of you, it just means drinking too much coffee or too much Red Bull. I mean, for me, it means all of it, but that's a different story. We're not talking about me right now. You know, we can decide to do all of that. We can decide not to be rational about shit and be a complete fucking asshole and be like, fuck all of these things. But just like that, we can also decide to flip this King of Wands, and inspire ourselves through our past mistakes to do something better with our lives. We have the choices all in our hands. The cards are saying that the way things are going right now is looking fucking good. Just watch out for that God complex. Just watch out for that I Mr. Know-It-All complex. Watch out for energy being scattered all over the place and losing your target. That's really it. Other than that, keep doing the good job that you're doing. You're gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel. You have the 10 of Cups. It's gonna be a really happy home kind of thing for you. Okay, Aquarius? So I love you. Remember, the universe is always on your side. The cards just gave you the power. And you can always book a bitch for $25 an hour. Hey.
Chit-chits got red.